Hi guys, Danny here. Today's date is still March the 12th, 2013, and Steve from the housing office has uh, just been about half an hour ago, and we're talking about all the bills and that stuff and get them over transferred to me. Most of them are done, so we got the housing benefits tomorrow, which has to be sorted. Um, Steve says not to worry about the house for at least 6 months to a year, which I'm kind of excited about because that means I don't have to worry about moving things or donating or anything like that. It's a recovery time, gotta recover. I feel a lot better today. I played with my friend last night on games. I watched some movies. I had a talk with my auntie. She's coming today because it is absolutely freezing outside, guys. It's like in the minuses out there. Um, and the reason it's so cold, I think it's got all these southerly winds bringing down all the cold. So it's absolutely freezing. And unfortunately, her car doesn't work very well in the cold. It's something to do not with the battery, but like a component that transfers the electricity to the spark plugs. That it's damaged, so she needs to like have a jump start to get it going. It's a bit sad, really, but anyway. Now I've got to get this bad news out of the way. Otherwise, I'll keep talking. Otherwise, it'll bother me if I don't talk about it. This is a letter that Steve gave me. It's basically a cost for the funeral, which I don't really want to think about, but I have to. To move the body, you know which body I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention it because I'm just going to refer to it as the body. To move the body from the Mila, which is the hospital in Wrexham, to the private chapel of rest, which is them, it's £740. Yes, £740 to move a body. The coffin costs £245. And then, of course, there's the hearse and the limousine and all that stuff. So basically, the bare basics, £1,195. That's a lot. Now, the council will cover £1,300 for a funeral. So you're thinking, oh, well, you're well within the limit. Not really. Got to pay for the church. I've got to pay for the churchyard. I've got to pay the gravedigger's fee. I've got to pay the fee for the reverend. I've got to pay for the organist. I've got to pay for the design. I've got to pay for the death notice, which goes in the newspaper. And that all comes up to about it comes to £1,994. So it's about £2,000. So we just round it off to that. That's a phenomenal amount of money. That's 700 more than what the council will pay for. But I have a plan. I don't want to really trouble my family, my family too much with the costs because I know they're going to be kind and all that, but it's really quite a lot, £700 to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and start a Kickstarter campaign and get some money that way. Now, with Kickstarter campaigns, you basically have to offer something in a perk, but I don't have that much to give. Yeah, I've got a whole house full of stuff, but what I do have is my mum used to do a lot of Avon stuff. Like creams and facial wipes and body lotions and all that stuff and makeup. She used to do a lot of that, and we have a lot of it left over. So, if you'd like, as a perk, I could give you something from that. As a higher perk, I could put a plaque on the back of my mum's tombstone with your name, or an avatar name on it, as long as it's not rude, saying that this grave was provided from the kind donations from whoever it is, and that's obviously I would pay for that myself for you guys. So yeah, that's basically what the Kickstarter campaign will do. And the reason I'm choosing Kickstarter is because it's international. Indiegogo isn't. You need a bank account for Kickstarter. So thankfully I have got a bank account so I can use it. Failing to get on Kickstarter, I'll go on Indiegogo to raise the £700 necessary to fit the bill. The funeral has to take place quite soon, so this week, I've got my camera working, by the way. This week, I will make a special video in high definition for the Kickstarter campaign or the Indiegogo campaign towards the funeral costs. And I'll thank you guys very much if you could gladly just donate a little bit to it. I will keep the vlogs going. I will do the vlogs every day, but basically that's my plan for the funeral. Because I don't want to really pressure my family into giving money. Because of my nature, I've been called a kind-hearted person, a little too kind-hearted in some cases. I don't like accepting things off people unless it's a gift. So I remember in college once, I had a meal and I had my £5 note and I was about to pay, and a teacher from my previous year came up to us and says, "No, it's all right, I'll pay for it." And I felt absolutely terrible for the rest of the day. I almost didn't eat the meal because I felt bad, you know. Speaking of college, I might actually go back to college, but I'm a little unsure. These next few months are going to be very difficult. Going back to college, I might do. Keep myself occupied. I might go back into media and ICT. I got my camera working, guys. I'm not quite sure what was wrong with it, but I found that if I I copied all the data off the SD card, and then I deleted it off the SD card, so the data's on the computer, and then I plugged it back in, and it works fine now. I don't know what it was. It just didn't record. It just sort of froze for some odd reason. This camera's a little bit unusual, but I love this camera because look at the size of the screen. I mean, that is a big screen. You gotta admit, this camera is awesome. I got this camera from Curry's and I love it very much. So I'll be making some videos, not vlog videos, but proper videos with this. I've got a couple of plans. I've got all these cardboard boxes back here that I want to use to make some videos, so I'll be doing that. What else is there? In other news, I'm looking forward to the new Iron Man film. I am really looking forward to it. It looks frigging awesome. It's very close to the Extremis storyline. Now, for those of you who don't know, Extremis was basically a reboot for Iron Man in 2005-2006. And the original Iron Man was set, I think it was in China, and same basic storyline, but in Extremis it's in Afghanistan, like the movie. And if you actually read the storyline of Extremis, and then you look at the film, you think, "Oh, that's very familiar." Yeah, you see, because that's what they've done. They've used the Extremis rather than the older version. Which is great. I think that's brilliant, and I love how they've put those subtle details in there as well. Now, lots of people say, "Oh, the briefcase suit, from Iron Man 2, that's from the cartoon." Not from the cartoon, guys. It's from Extremis. It's actually a special suit which was in a briefcase. And you can obviously see in the trailers that there's a lot of Extremis in there. He's got that neural link on his head, and all the suit assembles around him on his call, so it's really cool. Okay, so spoiler alert, Extremis is actually an attempt to replicate the super soldier serum which made Captain America. Okay, it's an artificial nano tube solution which basically tricks the human brain into thinking the entire body is damaged and makes you basically regrow your body. It's really clever. And in doing so, it makes you faster, stronger, more intelligent, all that stuff. But unfortunately, it also increases aggression really badly. But on Tony Stark, it has a different effect when he uses it on himself. Instead of accelerating his aggression, his mind becomes basically a neural interface, and he can literally interface with technology. So he can talk to his suit and do calculations faster with his suit than he could ever do before. So literally, the man and the machine become one, and that is going to be truly awesome. This video's gone on quite long now, so I'm going to end it. I'm going to continue watching my DVD. And later I'm going to go out and get some shopping. I need some milk, some bread, and some crusty rolls because I want to have some tuna sandwiches sometime this week. I've got a real inkling for tuna. It's good for your brain, you know, fish. Lots of the oils in the fish is good for you. So I'm really looking forward to that. I need to get some cat food because we're running low on cat food. So lots of stuff to do. I feel a lot better today, guys. I slept all last night. I didn't get up once. I didn't wake up once. I slept like Sleeping Beauty. Um, I feel really good. Looking forward is good. Looking back, not so much. Just gotta keep moving forward. So that's it, guys. That's it for this vlog for this afternoon. This is Danny S signing off, and I will see you next time.